Welcome back, you guys. It's Monday here on the Lean, and episodes 10 and 11 of the Belle Collective for a supersized review starts now.
So you know I got to lean in.
All right, hey to the people, hey to the people, hey Asia, hey Sammy.
Hey,
How are you
Chase.
guys?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I'm all right. I think I may have accidentally muted Sammy. If I did, I'm sorry. Did I mute you, Sammy?
Did
I
you
think I
what?
did. Oh no, I thought I had muted you. I'm sorry.
I'm here. I'm loud and
Okay.
clear.
I'm
Oh,
here,
okay. Yes,
baby.
you are, baby. Loud and clear. Child, you got a legacy. You got a Bell Collective legacy panel right now
Come
with
on
some
now.
original leaners, Asia, myself, and Sammy. Shantae is not here, but Cat Tay Tay will be back. She'll be back on the next one. She'll be back on the next one. All right, let's go ahead and lean in, bitch. Well, no, who did we not have last episode? Was it Sammy or was it Asia?
It was
'Cause
Sammy. Sammy wasn't here last time.
Sammy, you got any thoughts? So you just want to move right along?
On which episode? 9 or 10?
Yes, nine.
We can run right along because we going I'm sure we're gonna end up jumping back a little
Talking
bit
about it.
anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and move right along into episode 10, and we start with Letitia, who is having lunch with her mother. Letitia's businesses are booming as as she is booked and busy. And you're going to hear booked and busy so much through this review, you're going to want to be unbooked and unbusy by the time we get done with it because Letitia won't let us forget. With that being said, she tells her mother that Glendale's grandmother passing has again brought them closer together and they're in an okay space. She then tells her mom about Cliff telling Glendale, I'm going to say Glendale for the rest of the show because that's what I like. I like Glendale. That's a nice name. Glendale is a nice name for a nice young man. And maybe if we got more of Glendale,
It's that
then he
Glenn.
wouldn't be acting like Cliff Jr., aka Glenn. Yes, you're absolutely right, Asia. And maybe he would treat Tisha with some damn respect. Treat Tisha P with some damn respect. Anyway, about having that stripper, Letitia feels that Glendale is moving too fast, and her mom says to watch it because a fast mover is a slick talker. But if it were her man, he would have been gone out the door with a capital G. And I said, I know that's right. Her mom dropped such a fucking nugget. Them fast movers and shakers be slick talkers and they're gonna get you out of your panties. The next thing you know, it's gonna be 17 years since high school. You're gonna have a child on national television and you cannot leave. Was mama right or was mama wrong?
She was
Definitely
right.
right.
She was
She was
correct.
right.
But mamas be knowing. That's what I heard. I ain't nobody mama, but that's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
you
wish I
know,
could tell my mama. Go ahead.
I'm gonna call him Glenn because he ain't a nice young man. He don't get no Glendale from me. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean the mama was right. At this point, and I love Letitia, but at this point, she knows as well. She's choosing to continue to give that man chances, hoping that things are going to be different. And I don't want to say that she knows it's never going to be different, but she knows that in this moment, he ain't going to be able to give her what she wants. And I don't know why she continues to allow herself to mentally try to fight that when it is what it is at this point. He's proven time and time again, and I'm sorry his grandmother passing, he probably gonna mourn and behave for about a week or two, but he probably them same chicks know that grandma passed, so I'm sure they hitting him up trying to see how he's feeling. And it's a lost cause in my opinion. But I mean, hey child, she been with us from high school, so who am I?
I don't know if I have Sammy Monroe or Marie Monroe down on the bottom square, baby, but he is here today, okay? With that
Yeah.
being said, I wanted to say that, I want to just cut right to the chase. Let's cut right to it. In the words of Mama Payne, when she was telling Gina, don't fuck with her about that bird, that's the first word of the day. I got two. So I got one more left. Don't F with her about that bird. Applehead cut the bull. Let's cut straight to the chase. Do you feel that Letitia is sticking and keeping Glenn around because she honestly wants to make her family work, or that she feels like there is no other man for her in her future?
Oh,
Let's
you know
do it.
what?
Let's do it.
It
Let's
it
do
could
it.
it could be it could be both, but it's not. It wouldn't be based on anything other than that's all she know. He's literally all she knows. So put yourself in that predicament. Like you don't know if you can go find somebody or not. We all know the cases. Yes. Well, I don't know. We're a little different right now. But she's not me. Like I pick him up and lay him down until I got married. So I know that I'm always gonna be able to go find another man where she's been with the same man. How old is she? 36, 37?
She's in her late 30s.
Around now.
So over 20 years she done been with the same person. Like you don't know the game, and it changed 2 decades.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know that when it comes to relationships, like complacency becomes very comfortable. Like I don't think she probably wants it to work because she doesn't want to go out there and start over. Like she don't want to have to do that all over again. And it's unfortunate because I think Glenn knows like she's not going nowhere, so he's going to continue to take advantage of that until she really leaves. So it's, but at this point, she's got some fame, people watching her. She's looking good.
She gotta get her
So-
money.
She's looking great.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe she gonna get to where where she's comfortable, and then she'll get his ass on out the way.
Yeah.
Put out the door because she's not living with him still, right?
I think she's
No, I don't think they're. Even if they are living together, he's not there often. Is he like a longshoreman or merchant seaman or something like that? He's off the sea or something.
He work on a boat. Some
Right.
way somehow.
So he don't be there no way for months at a time, apparently. So it's almost like, it is what it is. Now, I want to answer that question because I rarely do, and that's not because I'm evading questions. I just forget to ask them sometimes. Answer them sometimes. I don't want to say that she does not, out of fear that she can't do better. I think it's always in the back of your mind anytime you're stepping out on a relationship. Like, you could do better, but it's like, golly, can I do better? Like, you ask yourself that question at least, right? And while you're evaluating when you should leave, because if you feel like you can't do better, then you stay. And if you feel like you can do better, then you leave. Am I correct? So I don't think that she does not fully grasp that she can do better. So I don't think it's like a self-esteem or whatever, but I think that I echo the sentiment of you two when you say it's all that she knows and all that she has known. However, baby, you're entering a new phase of life. You are booked and busy. You're doing books and brunch. So you need to be with a new beau, a new man, okay? I hate to say that because I am an advocate for the family, but Glenn and Glendale, both of them tripping. So, this is your moment to seize your market, make your opportunity. I would hate for the show to have come and gone and she not progress personally, because she will flourish professionally. But personally, I really do think that she needs to really stick to it and not go back to him if she says she's not going to go back to him for a certain amount of time, or just stick to her guns, because there are plenty of people, especially down south, who like them big and busty, honey. And when I say big, I don't mean belly big. I mean big personality, big spirit, big old booty, big old boobies. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff that she has to offer.
Just big.
Just big, honey, because I was in Dallas, and as you can see, I'm wearing this shirt, and they like them big, okay, honey? So if I can do it
in Texas, though, Chase. Sammy,
she's not lying, but you know what? I think that's what you said about if the show was to come and go. There's probably something else, because wasn't not Cliff. Wasn't Glenn like their breadwinner before she started doing things?
Yes, he was.
So maybe she's used to that, and he knows, well, I'm paying all the bills, I'm doing this, I can do what the hell I want to, and she's like, let me get my money right, and then maybe I can run the hell up out of here.
So pull a Melody to the Martell.
Oh, is that is that what she did to him? Well, I always heard that Melody was the brain of the outfit anyway. Martell just looked good and got him in the duck.
But when she left, she had it like he don't got no money.
Yeah, I heard he ain't got a penny or a pinto at the moment.
Struggling. That's why he want them kids, so he can allegedly want them kids so he can get the
child support.
Yeah.
She about Sheree paying no bills in Birmingham?
She about Sheree lives in Atlanta, Georgia.
And she ain't paying no bills there either.
Okay, anyway, Willie and Akeisha.
She pay her own.
We're not going to throw Sheree up like that. Willie and Akeisha are catching up, and honestly, this is maybe the first Willie and Akeisha scene that I did not regret skipping, because Akeisha has found out that her blood pressure is high, but she is happy she does not have to go through it alone anymore. She didn't want to worry Willie because he was gone, and she had been having headaches for quite a while now, and the stress from Ferris Street did not make it better. Akeisha's biological mother died of a heart attack, and her aunt died of a stroke, and it is making her take her health more seriously from now on. Willie wants to shoulder the responsibility of things with her, but it's hard for Akeisha to pass the baton over to him because she's so used to being a strong mother and just handling the entire household as well as businesses. Um, Akeisha's original proposal for Ferris Street as a project was not accepted, but they did counteroffer her with a new opportunity for Ferris Street. She was not transparent about what that opportunity is, but we do know for right now. I guess the restaurant I believe is called Bricks and Hops will be coming to Ferris Street, and then there's other opportunity as well. So, do y'all want to talk about this? We got a lot of show, or y'all want to move on? I actually think it's important because on the network that they're airing on, with the demographic that they cater to, this is a conversation that should be had. So I
I
thought it was
was
important.
I was gonna say that this is the first time I've actually liked Akeisha,
Ooh,
honestly. But I like when people bring awareness to the community because she specifically talked about heart health and stuff like that,
Mhm.
which I'm like, I randomly went somewhere where they were talking about heart health in our community, and I didn't know that that's like a big killer of ours, and it creeps up on
mm-hmm.
us because when we're younger, we can eat whatever we want, but we don't know that
Right.
we slowly but surely messing ourselves up. So I did like the fact that she brought awareness to that, and it made me think like, okay, she's not that bad. She does have a good agenda on her, but it took a while to like pull stuff. It takes a while to pull stuff out of her, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
True.
I agree. As far as like the hypertension stuff, that's a really big deal. I've seen like firsthand how it can take you down. So I'm glad that she's looking into it and getting herself situated. And then when we heard about her mom and her aunt passed, I was like, damn, girl. So it's it's in the blood. So you really would want to do better for your health. But like y'all said, I'm glad that she's talking about it on TV because we're getting so splashed with so much other things that those little small diseases we're not even really
Yep.
discussing them anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, JJ meets with his daughter Star and her family. He wants to know when they'll allow So Gucci got darn it to meet the baby got darn it. Star says one day, but right now she just wants to stay out of it until all of the things that are transpiring between her mom Selena and So Gucci cool down. Star says that the sisters are definitely on Selena's side, but her dad is on So Gucci's side. JJ feels like this set them back, got darn it, and it hurts, got darn it, more than anything, got darn it. JJ feels that Soguchi filing charges on Selena was appropriate and supports her in that decision. Star says it's not a bad position that they're in completely, but they definitely are going to have to start all over again for things to get anywhere close to where they were before the fight occurred. JJ feels that if they give it to God, that they can come together again. And 2023 is going to be his year. Booyah!
Mm-mm.
With a 2023
With his Babs do.
Babs hairdo. Yes. Okay, so we are just now informed that So Gucci has indeed pressed charges against Selena. And y'all know who I am. So I got to be fair across the board. Let me get this chill right so I can get in the So Gucci ass. I don't like that. And the reason why I don't like that, back if you want to go, we have to pull from the great fight that ruined Real Housewives of Potomac. And that's why we get the show that we get now. Um, Monique and Candace. A fight is one thing. Going to the people trying, I want to see their children get taken from them, and going to the court for legal proceedings and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and we don't really do that. A fight is a fight. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. And so anytime that anybody goes and does all that, especially after what they contributed to the fight, I do believe that it was a setup. I do believe that Latrice brought that girl there to get in her face. I don't believe that Latrice set her up to fight, but I'm never going to move that it was a setup. And even though it was a setup, you fell right into the trap because you and that gap of yours, You had the choice to keep moving and you didn't. You get what I'm saying? Even when you were stopped, you had choices that you could have made as well and you didn't. And you told her to show her what was up, and next thing you know, she put you on the floor. Now you want to press charges. I don't live for stuff like that. My thing is keep the people out of that because once the people get into it, it's bigger than y'all, and there is no way in hell that this blended family that you guys are saying that you want is going to happen once it gets legal. I mean, once it gets physical, there's a pretty much slim to none chance of that happening. But once it goes legal, in my opinion, all bets are off, and there's not enough love there in order to make that work. So if you want to have a relationship with the children, you can pretty much count that out. You want to have a relationship with the grandchildren, you probably could pretty much count that out. I don't like that, and so y'all can go ahead and say what y'all want to say, but I just don't like that she went and pressed charges. It's, the fight is over, the damage is done to her physical person, but more importantly, to Selena's reputation. The damage is done. So I don't really understand what is going to happen. I like to ask, what's the end game? What is the end game of pressing charges against Selena? I don't get it.
I mean, from her speaking on it before it happened, wasn't she kind of trying to put it out there like Selena was just harassing her or so? So maybe to keep the bitch away, so she can't say anything to her, she can't bother her at all. I don't think she should have pressed charges only because it's not like Selena just went over there and yanked her by the head and she didn't know what was going on. She did come back to the lady face and was like, well, what you want to do? And she got her answer. So it's not like she just got attacked for no reason. I also don't think that if she would have came out on top, she would have went down there and pressed no charges either. But maybe she just don't like Selena that much, so she's like, this is what I'm going to do. And she also probably doesn't even really care about the effect that it has with her and the girls. She probably doesn't really care. She going to do it because it's going to stick to Selena, and that's what she wants to do.
I just want to say this very briefly before it gets out. That's the first time I asked myself that question, what's the end game? In my opinion, because Selena is not an official cast member, she most likely is doing that to prevent her from getting on the show. That's the only thing I can think of. Go ahead, Asia.
Um, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't necessarily like when stuff gets involved legally. Um, I don't blame her for it because I don't want nobody putting their hands on me either. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of up to them because I don't want to have to put my hands on nobody either. And if I have to put my hands on you, I don't want you suing me. So I don't know how I 100% feel. I just know that Gucci can kiss any positive relationship goodbye at least for the next like 2 or 3 years because once you get the law involved, baby, you hate me. You want me to go to jail.
Yeah. Wow. Unless it's a silk, like I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen because of that. So I don't know. But what I was looking crazy because did y'all hear that? Like siren. Y'all did?
It was loud.
I'm just like, could you like not do that? But she kept going loud like that.
Anyway,
Anyway,
my friend was on an interview in Chicago and it was shooting outside.
Did she get the job?
I'm gonna do that. Did she get the job?
No.
Oh. Hi, was it work from home?
Work from home, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're not finna get. They shooting out the door. You saying a war zone and then okay, hell no. But listen, golly, when you said, I don't want to put my hands on you, but I don't want you suing me neither. That is what people should always think about before they get in a fight. Like some people, they be doing all that rah-rah, but you be like, girl, I really want to beat you up, but you definitely you're going to press some charges, love. So I'm just have to disengage. I'm going to have to give you Meredith keys and disengage and go exit to the left. This the left on camera? That's the right on camera. This is my left though, but it's the right on camera.
Up. You right.
You right.
In the Bahamas, there's a girl I really wanted to tussle, and I was toe up, and I was like, Asia, just get back on the boat. As soon as you get on the boat, you can do whatever you want, but do not touch this girl when you're not in America. So and to this day, I really am so mad that I didn't tear this girl up when I wanted to. But I didn't want to go to jail in the Bahamas because I don't know what it looked like. And they don't do my nails the way I want them to in jail. So.
Yeah. That's a pretty good motivator.
It's more so I think she just don't like Selena. Because, I mean, I get that you like it. If you bothering me, I'm going to put you down and then I'm going to send you downtown because you're going to leave me
Ooh.
there. So I think that's more so what it is. She just doesn't like that girl. So go on about your business.
Yeah, I guess it's
Mm.
justified then.
I don't feel like that, but I mean, I feel like that, but I don't feel like that. I don't operate in that assumption. I have a few basic rules in life. If me and you are having a heated discussion, that's a heated discussion. It shouldn't go anywhere further than a heated discussion. If that heated discussion turns into slander, read, shade, not friendly banter, then there is always a possibility that somebody might be triggered by something that either I say to you or you say to me, and it may get physical. So as I'm going down these paths, I have to know that physicality is is a possible endpoint. You know, either the person gonna walk away, they're gonna get physical, and it's either or. It's like no way around that. So when a person walks away, don't be surprised, and when a person beats your ass, don't be surprised. Now, I guess if I'm being logical, then I guess one of the natural branches from beating somebody's ass is you possibly going to jail. However, if they would have kept it at the heated discussion and when it took it to the read and the throwing in the shade for me to have to beat your ass, then you won't want to put me in jail, girl. So you baited me for that. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on.
Always just always tread lightly. That's all I got to say.
Just tread. You have to tread
When
light.
you
You have to
talking
pat
to
light.
me, when you trying to take my drink and play in my face, tread lightly with all that. All of
So
it.
you gonna beat up Kenya?
I didn't say that.
Oh,
That scenario is just very familiar.
this just felt like Kenya.
She said,
But of course, it was Sonya, and she was gonna bust a grape. So anyway, Latrice meets up with Sammy's fave, Joshy, as they've been skating past one another in the salon for a while now. They'll be doing the aerial workout in order to catch up. Latrice feels betrayed by Joshy for spilling her tea to Aikisha. He didn't feel like what he was doing was damaging because he always takes up for Latrice. And Latrice says that okay, I don't really know what I wrote right there. Basically, she doesn't feel like Josh. She should have took her business to Aikisha because Aikisha is one of the Bells, and Joshi most especially knows the history of her treatment within the collective. Hmm. Josh owns that he messed up, but he wasn't bashing Latrice, and he was venting to Aikisha because he genuinely feels that they have a friendship. Treese feels Josh had an epiphany during the conversation, and he finally understands Latrice's point. And from now on, they both agree that they will directly go to each other, and not that girl who wanted 10 minutes, 5 minutes of fame, whoever she was. By the way, sis, I love
Ash,
a good side character, but you're not one of them. Whatever, you're not a
I,
side.
I ain't never seen that lady in my life.
Going on, right? Josh don't even like you. He told you, girl, I don't even like you. Why would I talk to you? At least I like that, Keisha. Anyway, they both agreed that they would go directly to each other instead of outside parties regarding their business and their friendship and relationship. So let's go ahead and break it down because I'm tired of arguing with Santa behind closed doors about the bullshit. Okay? So Josh told Aikisha about what was going on in the Rogers household and how it affected him and how he feels that it affects Latrice. Um, Aikisha told Latrice, that it wasn't coming from a malicious point, and she really felt that he was genuinely concerned for her well-being. Which, after these two episodes, we learned that everybody's concerned for that poor woman's well-being. However, Treese feels betrayed because he went to Aikisha, and she also told Aikisha that he don't like you like that, right? And then it spirals from there. So, do we feel that Joshi had good intention going to Aikisha to get advice on how he should handle that particular situation within the Rogers household as it pertains to his friend Latrice and her husband Cliff? I'm going to stand by my point in the text messages, Sammy, and say that I stand with Joshi because it affected him too. And although it is someone else's business, sometimes you genuinely do seek outside counsel to give you a opinion or some advice on how you should handle the situation with your friend. This situation is highly delicate. It seems at times highly volatile. Allegedly, it's highly volatile between them. And I don't have an issue with him going to Aikisha to ask or to talk about this situation. I do believe that things in your friendship should stay within your friendship and it should be only between you two. But something that I've learned about friendship is that when it affects another person, then it becomes tricky because I can't necessarily tell you. I can tell you not to tell my business, but when my business affects you, do I have authority to tell you how you process and deal with the parts of my business that affect you? And so that's where I'm at with it. I stand by Joshy. I don't feel like it was malicious. However, if he does want to be friends with Latrice and respect Latrice, he should keep his mouth shut about her business going forward. Anything outside of this conversation, he does it again. I feel like it's messy, but I don't feel like he was initially being messy. And I also want to say that he went and told Aikisha, the elder statesman of the group. He didn't go and tell like Marie. You get, if you would have told Marie, like Marie, what should I do? I feel like Cliff over there beating Latrice ass allegedly. I did not be like, okay, why are you telling Marie? She hates this girl. So I don't know. I stand with Joshy. I definitely want to hear what you have to say, but Sammy, when you talk to me and you respond with some sense because I'm ready to go today.
Okay. I see what I can
Okay.
do.
Oh,
What do you think, Asia?
I want to hear what you got to say because mine is okay. I'll say because I'm in the middle of it. I feel like I'm on Joshy's side, but I understand where Treese is coming from, if that makes sense. Because sometimes when you're in an abusive relationship or in an abusive situation, you don't not sometimes you don't want that to get out because it's embarrassing.
Right.
However, like Chase said, you can't tell me how I have to stay in this abuse with you. Like he doesn't have to. He's allowed to go to, especially a mutual party that is going to understand and give good advice on how to actually handle this situation. So, Latrice was right in saying like, okay, I don't want them knowing my business. Go talk to this Amber Ashley girl, whatever. But Amber Ashley gonna be on your side because that's your friend. That's not Josh's friend. So once again, absolutely not. I have the right, if I'm being abused in any type of way, of course, my abuser is going to want me to be quiet and I say nothing about it to nobody. And so that's where I feel like he at least had the courage to go out and not only advocate for himself, but advocate for her. That's it.
It was messy. He didn't do that because he was concerned. He did not do that for Latrice. He did that to get on the camera. Even if you don't know that girl, Ashley, like you know that this is one of her close friends who more than likely knows the situation. Hey, girl, I know we don't know each other like that, but I'm concerned about our girl.
He know her. He
You're not
don't
going
like
to take that to. You're not going to take that to these people that are on the camera because you know Latrice ain't got this going on the camera. So why are you going to take this to the cast for them to speak on it? When you ask Chase, like what was his going to did he go to Akeisha for advice? No, because when he spoke before he left that house with Latrice, and he's also said it. He said it to Akeisha. I'm just gonna stay out their business. So he already had a plan. You did that because you wanted to have a conversation about that girl on that camera, and he also made a statement. I just didn't like how Latrice was doing me. So was it because you didn't like how she was doing you while you told Akeisha, or were you just truly concerned about Latrice? It was messy. He shouldn't have did that. And because she had already told him herself, stop speaking on it. Why would you go stop talking to her about it and take it to the Bells? It was messy.
because I am trying to save your damn life, girl. And I told you
And
off
I can
camera you don't
understand. I
listen.
can
forget
I
understand
done
him
told
Latrice
being
you this
life. He's
man.
impatient.
trying to save his own. He was in that
Okay,
house
Mm-hmm.
with
hold on, wait.
him.
I have told you off camera about it.
Mm-hmm.
I have told you with just me and you on damn camera about it. I got to tell somebody because obviously you are not going to leave, and this man is going to do something to you that is eventually going to be irreparable. I'm trying to save your life, and you
Well, you
won't
know what? If
fucking
he was
listen.
that worried, he's that close to Latrice, go to her family. Her brothers them out there. You were not concerned about her well-being. You wanted to gossip
Her
because you
brother
were
didn't
not.
even invite her to the family union.
Well, listen, you can still go call him and tell him
Hmm.
what's going on if you feel like it's that bad. He was upset because he didn't like how she was doing him. Probably because she was telling him, you can't talk about my husband. And he know Cliff a dog, so you're going to defend Cliff and not me? Okay, bitch, I'm going to talk to Akeisha. He was messy.
It's affecting him, no, Sammy. That's what I'm saying. Like now it
It's
affects me
affecting him
because
in what way? Because he's concerned about his friend?
He
because
was.
I don't
I
like how
feel like
you're treating me. Go ahead,
yeah.
Asia.
I think it was more so that when he was in the house, because then he was like, "Oh, you gonna be in that Airbnb with Josh?" Or da da da. Like he was. We don't know what exactly was said. We only know what was caught on that camera
Right.
that one time. But it seemed like it got pretty nasty in that house with both of them because he had to get up on out of there. So I don't even think it was more so on just Latrice's behalf. I think it was on like for his own concern and safety. And maybe camera time too. Like it's a show. But Latrice, you're being abused. And it's clear as day that you're being abused and you want people just to sit back and let that happen. No. And I think it's a good thing that eventually we see everybody starting like just confront her and speak up about it. Because it's getting bad. And she's falling into the trap of your abuser wants you to be quiet, allegedly. Your alleged abuser wants you to be quiet. And then that's what it's coming off as.
And see,
So
you know, another thing while you're trying to have these conversations with Akeisha, you don't know that they already been talking about the girl or what could possibly be going on. So all you did was put some more shit in her lap. For them to go back and say, girl, I know now we hear it from her close party. Like you said, Chase, it's affecting him because he does not like how Latrice is treating him. It was a selfish move because he didn't like how he was being treated by Latrice. He didn't do that for her. He did that for his damn self, in my opinion.
I agree with you. He did it for himself. I think it was less concern about her, but I think he has the right.
I'm not saying he was not concerned, but in that moment with Akeisha, that wasn't about it being concerned. That was for him.
You think he was concerned about himself? Or you think he was really just trying to be messy?
He wanted to talk about it to somebody. It wasn't for no good reason. Like what is Akeisha gonna do?
Give him advice.
Advice he already said. I told myself I'm gonna stay out their business. So he already had his mind made about how he was gonna handle that. What advice did he need?
I don't know how to get his friend out of there. Shit, I don't know.
He could. There was so many other ways. As we see later on in the episode how Latisha handled it. There were so many other ways he could have done that.
Well, I mean, listen. Sometimes when you're in it, you don't do that. I do think that two things can be true. He was trying to get a word out about the Latrice, and he was out so venting how he felt. His treatment was in the midst of all of that, and I think that you can do that. I believe duality of situations does not automatically make you out for self. Yeah, she got to go in. He got to go anyway because you bad. I ain't do that to you though. I didn't take you down. How do you get back up? I don't even know because I didn't let him down.
Oh, just what's going on?
Well, he can go because one thing about it, I don't really care.
Sam can't go nowhere. Sam gonna stay.
No, I don't know. I'm joking, y'all. Honestly, I'm joking. I don't know what happened with Sammy, and I didn't do anything. My hands have been here, and we are having a great dialogue.
That's
so he's back. Okay, I'm gonna let him back. Wait a minute. I didn't do anything. Sammy, that was Sammy Connection. Please confirm with the people, Sammy, that I did nothing to you.
It was nothing personal.
Now, see how they try to set your people up like this? Listen,
no,
anyway.
What happened? I couldn't. The sound just stopped, so I left. I left. It wasn't Chase.
Thank you.
But you know what? The last thing I also have to say about that Joshy thing is like,
you can go then.
If I'm in this house with this man and you feel like he's abusing me, and I'm telling you don't do certain things because it's gonna make it worse. Are you really helping me? Now you finna really piss him off because now people talking about this man is finna whoop my ass and you trying to prevent that. You giving everybody a reason to just keep on coming at me. You didn't. That's no.
He wanted him to hit a real man or whatever Sammy, whatever his pronouns are. I don't know.
He was giving Nene leaks like whatever.
Giving Nene leaks in what way?
When he was sitting there trying to do his little reads, little blonde hair.
He was trying.
He was trying to try to,
He was trying to get moments. He was trying to get his.
He was trying to that moment.
He was trying to at least become Dwight and get his like friend of.
It ain't happening for me.
Now, Joshy's not a good side character, to be honest.
He's not a good friend either.
Oh no, y'all! Wait.
What?
Why?
He's not entertaining to me. This is a cool little segment, but he's not entertaining to me. Once Latrice get out of there, ain't gonna be no need for him. He just needs to work the shop like he had to do.
Josh came down with that.
You're not gonna do. You can't be Don Juan like that. That's we already got one.
Yeah, we don't need another one. We don't need another Don Juan for sure.
We don't need Don Juan if you want to go there. Let's go there. Yeah. Anyway, listen, I don't have no problem if Miss Thing want to get her blondie finger waves going. She want to put on her silk satin two-piece and shimmy on down to the confessional room and get her piece off. Let her get her piece off. They talk about her. She could talk about them. And Joshy, I stand by you. Joshy, I stand by you. And I'm hoping the best for you, but that's the only time I'm gonna stick my neck out there for you. Okay, honey. I do think that you were
Yes.
trying. I do think that you were. I don't believe what Sammy believes. I don't think that you were trying to be malicious. It is messy. So anytime that you approach a messy situation and try to get some clarity on it, it's going to be messy. The situation is messy in general. So it's not really so many ways that you can clean up a mess. Sometimes you got to get in the mess to get it clean. So I don't know. I'm gonna move past it. Sammy ain't moving on it. I ain't moving on it. Asia ain't moving on it. What as Cap Tay, whether or not she move on it when she gets back. But as far as I'm concerned, hey, it is what it is, and we're going to move right along with the rest of this because we have a whole another episode to go. So Akeisha and So Gucci link up, and Gucci informs Akeisha that she pressed charges on Selena, and it's out, um, and it's put a strain on her relationship with the girls. Akeisha tells So Gucci that she's been battling high blood pressure and she's scared for the next doctor's appointment because Big Willie won't be there, and she asks So Gucci to come. So Gucci agrees to come, and she tells Akeisha about Cliff being so offended that JJ hired a stripper and forbid Latrice to tip him. Um, Akeisha was shocked so much to the point that where she had to stop being a snake and trying to be the nucleus of the group and trying to be the queen, be on the low ski behind Letitia back, and actually take up for Letitia in scene and in confessional. And I said it, I've got my eyes on you, Akeisha. You ain't motherfucking slick, okay? Anyway, and we're going to get to you in just a little bit, boo boo, because you think you're nickel slick, but I got your face change. With that being said, JJ spoke with Glendale about the stripper and said that it's his wife's party, and if he didn't like it, he could have Letitia leave. Akeisha takes up yet again for Letitia and says that when you've been out doing your thing, you automatically think that the person that you're with is doing their thing and stepping out too. They agree that Letitia needed that moment just to let her hair down and have a good time and not worry about Glendale or any of her problems for the moment. Akeisha feels that Cliff is projecting his trust issues with Latrice all over Glendale and Letitia, and it's odd because he wants people to stay out of their relationship, but is meddling in others. Akeisha then invites Sabuchi and JJ to a couple's dinner. Did you guys have any thoughts about that?
No, only one thing I will say. Akeisha saying how earlier in the episode really wanted to help more, but she still wants that control. I think that's because he's not there 24/7, so she doesn't know like how much she can trust him when it comes to that. But if it's affecting this, all this is like the high blood pressure, and she's stressed out from the Ferris and all that. She's probably going to have to really make a decision if it's that bad. Like if it's not just for like a TV thing, if it's that bad, then she's gonna have to figure that out because the man he wants to be in Jersey. So
Don't they still have everything
yeah,
in Jersey?
so they go back and forth. But if she can't do this all by herself, where they're at now, she gonna have to figure out something if it's really affecting her health like that.
I agree.
Yeah.
She needs to be more concerned about her health and figuring out ways to plot to become the center of this group. She does things throughout these two episodes to me that, while are admirable from a camaraderie standpoint, are definitely stepping all over Letitia's place in the group. And normally I wouldn't really call that out so much if, she has not made it her point since the entry into the collective to sit Letitia down. Excuse me, not Latrice, but to sit Letitia down. And so for me, I think it's shady the way she's moving, even though it's helping people. It is helping people. I think that she's shady as shit. That's what I think.
I think she's
Get
she.
well soon.
Oh, I think she's kind of slowed down with it. I don't see it as much as her first season. At least I don't. And I also think that proposal getting shut down kind of humbled her a little bit because damn, I just knew I was going to take this back to Letitia and the girls and say, look, bitch, we got it going. No, you don't. So I think she's kind of.
Let's mark this right here at the whatever minute mark this is. Right now, at the 39-minute mark plus 20 seconds. You're going to have to come back and eat your words because I'm going to be right.
About what?
About Akeisha being an old snake.
Well, we agreed on that already. I did feel like early, like
Oh, I'm
last
sorry.
season, she was trying to. It was clear, but I don't see it as much. I don't think I've seen it at
She's just
all.
moving some more. She's moving silently a little bit more now.
Yeah, she's
She's
more
not
subtle with
as
her.
abrupt with it, but she's still doing it.
She getting the girls with her
She
side.
see Tisha look, she sees her as an easy target to go after her stuff, and that's what she doing. And I knew she wasn't gonna get that proposal because no, that creates like a whole monopoly. Like when she's unless she's coming with like 100% of the funds, it's everybody else gonna beat her out every time. And it makes it easier for the city to have separate people owning all those buildings, not having one big corp own it and then you rent it out to everybody. Like they're not stupid. So you could probably have this. You could be like the mayor of Fair Street or something.
And I want them to get the Fair Street thing going. I do, but and that's just probably gonna sound bad to say, but it was kind of like haha when it didn't happen because she came in there. I'm telling you, she came in there. She was so entitled because of her Fair Street connections, and from even when they spoke about it at the reunion, she saw the preview for the trailer. Oh, let me get out here because I'm finna show these girls how it go, and it's not going in her favor.
And it's not going.
Yeah, so
I
haha.
never registered that. I never registered that. I was just like, dang, she didn't get it. But yeah, them girls gonna let her have it at the reunion. But
Because
not get Fair
what
Street.
Latrice was trying to do was what Latrice was trying to do makes more sense. She's trying to get everybody, like, you buy a building, I buy a building, they buy a building, we come together.
We park out here.
Akeisha was like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to get my city back and me to control everything.
Right. And remember, it was the last
Like
season she made that when she did her big presentation. Was that last season? She made that comment. Yeah, now I'm finna show Latisha how it needs to get done.
That was last season.
So it's coming back and biting you now.
Yeah, I guess she bit off more than she could chew off of them dirty ass plates. Because when you came in the show, you came in the scene calling the girls ugly and their plates was dirty, bitch. We got you number. I never thought about that, but we need to have on the next episode a Fair Street is over party.
Not Fair Street is over.
I said now she's sitting there plumped with high blood pressure.
Eating them damn pig ears.
I'm gonna go chew on that pig ear sandwich. Ooh, girl. Speaking of
you gotta watch how you come people, because when you really think you better than somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's karma or nothing like that. I'm just saying you gotta be
Courtney, don't say
that. You just never know what's gonna happen to you too. So I don't think it's like karma, but nobody ever knows like what's coming. So everybody calm down.
I will say this. I will quote a great, well, I don't know if she really great. I will quote I don't even want to call her a philosopher. I will quote a ghetto proper hood poet laureate. In the words of Miss Quadria Webb Lunsford, formerly Nee Lunsford. Every dog has his day. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Bitch, Fair Street is over. Get your ass out of here, girl. You can't even talk all that bullshit. Let me tell you something. Every dog has his day. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And that's on cap.
That's the urban HBCU prophet. That's what she is. She's an urban HBCU graduate prophet.
Y'all are horrible. That proposal got denied and that girl got high blood pressure, man. Y'all still got laughing about it.
She can't have pig ear sandwiches.
I knew it wasn't going to happen.
She can't have pig ear sandwiches off Fair Street, and that's what she get. Because one thing about it, she came with us doing all that. I'm going to tell you one thing about it now. I'm very fair, and I just don't come for Letitia, because that's when my fairness goes out the window. Letitia is never wrong in my book. Don't play with it. Anyway, Latrice and LaCliff. That really tickled me. I'm sorry. That tickled me. I'm sorry. Latrice and Cliff are arriving for dinner, and sogucci arrives with JJ shortly thereafter. But it appears that neither couple knew that they would be there at dinner together. Sogucci and Latrice give each other a drag reading, the first of many on these 2 episodes, and both couples are waiting for Akeisha to arrive. They engage in awkward conversation, but then they begin finally talking about the issues. Sogucci says she understands business, but wants them to get to an area, meaning her and Latrice, where they can communicate without all of the rah rah and the banter back and forth. Latrice says it's been a lot said below the belt. And then Akeisha and Willie walk into the room just as we were finally getting somewhere, and they come and they interrupt that. Hey, thank y'all for coming. I would have actually liked it more if Akeisha and Willie did not come and just left them there. I thought that would have been way more sickening. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Y'all fix it, work it out, because they were actually starting to talk and hash some stuff out. So once Akeisha and Willie arrive, Akeisha is surprised they are getting along. Why would you be surprised if they're getting along if that was your intention and you were late? You're a snake. Anyway, JJ said that that is why he brought the stripper was for everyone to let their hair down and get along. Latrice says that she had a great time and Cliff almost choked on his fucking food. So you did. So you did, huh? And then he said, "Well, baby, one thing about it, it wasn't my type of party." Cliff says that a person with high dignity isn't going to do that, and a person that's insecure is saying that. And then he looks dead at Latrice, like, "Whoa, okay." Latrice wants to know if anyone in their marriage has had infidelity, and JJ says that he's straight, and I damn near choked on my food. I don't think that man gave it. It was just funny. Like, what are you talking about? But I felt like he said it. And he looked back at
Cliff.
Cliff. He looked at Cliff like, you at least back because you was mesmerized by Dingaling. Um, Latrice wants to know again if anyone has had infidelity. So Gucci says she don't know all about no infidelity, but she wonders about JJ because he got his ex-wife Selena putting knots on the daggone forehead. God darn it, and I bust out laughing again. So Gucci says this show is so damn funny. So Gucci says that she knows she has a smart mouth, and Latrice definitely agrees to that because she told her that because she is the one who told Latrice, excuse me, that Cliff and Selena were fucking. Cliff almost chokes on his food again and denies it. That was not two cuss words, thing, and denies it. So Gucci, well, no, I think I passed that because I cussed Akeisha out. Yeah, I cussed Akeisha out today. I'm sorry, I tried. So Gucci says she was mad because she felt Latrice set her up. Latrice said that she would never do that, and so Gucci feels she wasn't set up to fight, but definitely set up the situation between the two ladies. Everyone agrees that they were shocked that Selena got violent, and so Gucci chokes on her food because she like, dang, everybody agreeing. I guess I gotta let that go. So Gucci feels it was sneaky, and the way Akeisha set. Uh, so Gucci feels that the way that Akeisha set the dinner up was sneaky,
Was.
but there was progress made. So before we move on to episode 11, which we're going to do now, do you guys have any final thoughts about the setup?
It was a setup. It was a risky move, but I do think that I don't think they. I mean, they showed up late, but they were sitting in their car in the parking lot, watching them walk in. Like you said, we're gonna get them about 5-10 minutes, make sure they ain't embarrassing the hell out of me before I go up in here. She should have. She knows that they should have been there first before everybody came, so she could kind of say, "Hey, this is what's going on." It progress was made, but that could have been a totally different way. So yeah, she should have
So
been
good no matter what. She was like, if they do good, if they act right when I before I get there, I'll look good. If they don't act right before I get there, at least I can say I was just trying to get them together.
I was trying to do something good for the collective. That's what she
So
was
was
doing.
that self-serving or was that genuine?
Well, it's Akeisha, so what you think? Yes. And Willie just there to crack jokes. He don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, and and I just thought about that. Like, all right, Keisha and Latrice, they're not as like cool like her and Sogucci. So why is she so? I need to get y'all on one accord. Like, what was that? Oh,
She's
oh my
starting to
God! You
look
know what that
around.
was? Remember when she said after they got into it at the episode when the little smashing ball thing? What she say? Another event ruined. Another little Letitia event ruined or something like that. Letitia couldn't do it, but goddamn it, I'm finna get these girls together. So she is still doing that shit. Ooh,
Oh,
that's what that was.
wait, and we only 10 minutes past the 39-minute mark.
Go on, say it, Sammy. Play my favorite song. Go on, take that drink, yes.
We literally
Once
have 49
again,
minutes and 20 seconds.
good
Look at
old
that.
Chase was right.
Look at that. Damn. That was good.
That was the quickest one. It usually takes
That was
Yeah,
the
I
quickest
was
one. I ain't
thinking
never had it happen in the
gonna
same
get back at the
episode.
reunion or something. That's 10 minutes later.
damn.
I did not want to have to wait a couple more episodes down the line, which, by the way, Carlos has personally confirmed to me that this is an extended season of Belle Collective. So congratulations to the Bells. And
How many more episodes we getting?
I didn't have the guts to ask.
Oh, come on.
I know. Well, I mean, he did, I thought he was going to tell me, but he didn't. So I guess I'm going to have to be Aikisha and weasel them up out of them. Weasel that answer. Thank you so much, Sammy. One thing I like about you is you hold the spirit of accountability and honesty and integrity. And that's why I like working with you. We work together so much at this point. And at first, I did not like you. And I'm so glad
It was Mariah
that
and
you stopped
Quad.
all that.
We found out each other's face, and he was like, I'm gonna have to tiptoe with this bitch.
No, if y'all go back and watch, when the few times that we did work together on Married to Medicine season 8, he would bash Mariah every chance he got, and I just would be like, I'm really trying to build a professional rapport with these people, but I'm gonna lose my mind.
He
Well,
would bash Quad. He would bash.
Mariah's annoying, and so is Quad.
Okay,
So
so
y'all both
Gucci
try
meets
to
with.
fight me.
Oh, okay,
He
well,
bash both of
I deal with that because I was going to talk about episode 11, honey.
them.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
they definitely gone ahead and said everything that I wanted to say. She's definitely messy. I think that though what I would have enjoyed was her not showing up at all, not because like anything about her person or anything like that, but I just think that that's reality TV 101. Get two girls together and set them up and don't show up. I remember me and one of my dearest, closest friends now, we did not get along at first, and me and our mutual friend and him knew that we were all going to the movies together as a friendship movie date. And our friend, we there waiting, and our friend got sick, and so we just had to go watch the movie together, and we cracked jokes the whole movie, and we have been down for each other ever since. And that's been at least 10 years at this point. So over 10 years at this point. So, he didn't do it in a self-serving way, of course, because there were no cameras out around, and what was he going to gain from it? But it could have went right or it could have went left, and thankfully it went right. And now this is one of my closest friends. But I just don't think that Akeisha had that spirit about her. So whatever. Anyways, we're going to move on to episode 11. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're almost done. We're not going to keep you here much longer, but thank you for tuning in. And for those of us asking how we are going to, or will we ever do a live Bell Collective review, y'all got to get these views up. Let's get these views up. We know that Bell Collective is a niche product, but if y'all want us live, we're not going to do it in front of 0 people. I mean, hello, by the way. And secondly, we have really been trying to figure out a schedule for Bell Collective because it airs on Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on. But it's really hard with the schedule and our other programming that we have. Atlanta, we have New York, we have the Lunch and Lean, and we have Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to get this in during the time that makes sense. So our new time slot, Monday afternoons, is what we'll do, and we're definitely not going to be able to go live on a Monday afternoon. So if you guys get these views up and you guys are in the comments saying that you want it, we'll figure it out because I love live shows more than anything, and I love that energy. I thrive in those environments. So I would love to do like at least the reunions live. I don't know. So we'll see. With that being said, episode 11. So Gucci meets with her daughter Dee and her granddaughter to catch up. Dee's taking space from her child's father because she's feeling like, amongst other things, that he may have lost his attraction to her after the baby. Um, so they move on and they talk about Sanjay texting her dad. JJ shot that so Gucci pressed charges against Selena. Dee said that the girls and that family always, on that side of the family, the girls and Selena always do things first and then are surprised when you retaliate, and then that makes you the bad guy. Sanjay texts her dad, JJ, about the charges, and Dee says that the girls actually text her saying that they wanted around with so Gucci, and so she said, well, if they want around with Gucci, then she want around with that Lena. So that's where we're at with that. So Gucci just wants to go before the judge and let them have the last say because they've been going through this for years. I definitely believe D, based off of that conversation had last year, based off of the temperament of the girls about their mom, and of course nobody plays about their mother, so I get it. But if we're being honest, they're not being fair. as regards to their mother's contribution to the disarray or the dissolution of their family unit. Selena contributes to that as well. The girls contribute to that as well. It's a circle, and JJ does not have the tools, God darn it, to stop that cycle, God darn it. So at this point, they either need to get a professional, but again, I stand by the fact that the professional is not in the courthouse. That's where I'm at with it. Now, them girls texting D about squaring up with Soguchi, like, what? Like, I gagged. Like, I thought D was going to say, they text her saying, well, it's only right since our mama's got the one that we get the one. You know what I'm saying? And then, even then, it wouldn't have been fair because it's three of them and only one of her. But I would have been more like, okay, I can kind of see that. But dang, they want to beat up Soguchi. Like, good Lord. Where are you guys with this right now? Because that opening scene was a hell of an opening scene. I did not know the girls were doing all that and terrorizing those people behind the scenes.
They
I
need to leave
think,
that alone. Okay, go ahead, Sammy.
yeah, I think so. Gucci needs to call down to Potomac and see about Giselle's bodyguard at this point because the way everybody wants to tap her, I don't know. Like she ain't gonna be able to leave the house. They want to touch some Gucci so bad. And the girls were going back and forth up on Twitter the other day. Like somebody tweeted, I think D is jealous of JJ's daughters, and Sanjay retweeted and like, yes, she is, and it's gotten bad. It's gotten really crazy. But I mean, well, I have a question, and I thought because at the end of the last episode when they were talking about Cliff and Selena, did you like JJ's whole well, Cliff? Are you? Have y'all noticed that he gets really uptight when it comes to everyone speaking about Cliff and Selena? Like, is there still something there for JJ or something like this making this whole thing happen the way it's happening?
He been tight since the reunion and didn't address it. And I think he found out when we found out at the reunion. I don't think that he knew that Cliff knocked Selena down like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, at this point now, you know, you're in a whole other marriage.
I have no comment on that one. I can't.
I
I
really
don't
don't
know
know.
because I don't know timelines. I don't know.
But you know, it's crazy for as progressive as some of the men are, they still are not so progressive because I would have just been like, well, anything BC before Chase is before Chase. Like I don't know. Even if after, only time I would have been hot about it or felt a type of way is if it was during our marriage. Then I'd have been like, ugh, you know, you sitting right here, like you deserve to get Tammy to Evelyn mushed in the face. Like, oh, that's gross. You could have been told me that we've been sitting around. Oh, maybe that was it. We've been sitting around and you know you done knocked Selena down. We've been sitting around there this whole season getting along, having a good time, and you knew this and you didn't say anything. I don't know. I'm sure Carlos is going to address it at the reunion because, as we see on this episode, we have gotten issues from 2 and 3 seasons ago. So,
Well, I mean, I thought they addressed that several times already. Remember they did like when they was doing a little fishing thing. They was joking about it.
it
I
was
want,
joke, but it wasn't like addressed. Do you
well,
get what
no,
I'm
they talked
saying?
about it because remember when he sat down with Glenn and he was like, well, "When you found out she was married, did you stop?" And Glenn was like, "You know the answer to that." So I mean, they've been spoke about it. So that's why I don't understand why JJ every time it comes up, he's just like,
I don't think that was a proper conversation, though.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
"Well, what else do he want to know? Like he was fucking your wife."
He needs.
I think he just ain't. It's not that he want to know anything else, or maybe he do want to know like all the
You
details
want to know
about
that,
it.
like,
But
and what is that going to serve you now? You in a whole
I,
nother marriage.
I don't know. I'm not no man. I can't speak on behalf of what men think. You know, I don't have a penis. I don't.
Neither
I
can
don't.
I.
Half the time.
I can't speak on how men think and logically like how they feel about say partners or whatever. I just know that it would affect it would affect me even beyond like, oh, maybe if you wasn't after my wife while we was married, I still would be with her. Like, you know, who knows?
Baby, they said Selena got that thing tapped 2 weeks into the marriage. They were doomed. There was no saving that.
So that's something like, I mean, who knows?
Did I miss that? 2 weeks
Yeah,
into
they
who
said it was
married?
2 weeks. JJ said he was like, it was 2 weeks into the marriage.
He did
And
say
Glenn said, I
that.
didn't know she was married. She didn't have the ring on. And that's when he asked me, when you found out, did you stop? And Glenn was like, you know, he ain't stopped. So, what, I mean, it's happened. It's over.
Well, then he's never going to respect him. That's what that is.
That's,
It's
I
always
mean,
going to be an issue. That's the issue. It's up. You didn't stop. You didn't know me personally, but you didn't stop. And now that you know me personally, it had to come out at the reunion. You could have told me way before that.
I don't know. If I was so Gucci, I would be side eyeing JJ. Because what the hell you so bothered about that for? Still,
It's but so them being friends, that's going down the rabbit hole too much. Never mind.
it's about
It,
as weird as Selena and Latrice being friends. I guess.
Yeah, that's I'm like, so I don't get it. But
only time, I guess it wouldn't be awkward if they was friends with benefits. Akeisha and Latrice meet at the infamous break-in. Ooh, I don't want to think about that. Akeisha and ooh no.
Uh,
Akeisha and Latrice meet at the infamous break-in. And one thing that we know is that Akeisha is not down for friends with benefits. She don't swing that way. Akeisha is strictly dickly. And she meets with Latrice at the infamous Break It location from the peace treaty. Akeisha tells Latrice that she's been on her spirit and that she sometimes worries for her. Akeisha offers a safe marital space for Latrice to discuss things, and she knows that she has her friends, but she offers her a safe space within the collective. Um, I guess never mind the safe space that she supposedly has with Letitia. Akeisha wants to be that rock for Latrice. She feels Latrice may not have an outlet or know her worth at times, and she's just there to remind her. Um, I'm gonna lump this one in with this one, you guys. Letitia meets up with So Gucci to check up on Gucci as she's been busy with her. She's been busy with her book and her brunch upcoming because, as we all know, Letitia is booked and busy. So Gucci invites Letitia to the holiday give back. All the Bells are invited, but Selena is not because there have been charges pressed. Um, they haven't crossed paths since Selena put the what is her name is Soguchi on the floor, but Soguchi did point out that she invited Latrice, even though she still feels like Treese set her up. Letitia feels that Treese covers up for Cliff because if she doesn't, he'll make it hell for her, and that is why Treese covers up his bad behavior. So back to the initial Akeisha and Latrice. Latrice wanted to be the safe space. I have to ask again. I ask you, is this genuine or is it self-serving as Akeisha looks to maneuver herself as the top dog in the collective?
self-serving.
she wanted to get some more information. Like everybody talking about it. Let me see what I can find out. Tell me what's going on.
Because y'all
Self-serving.
can't do it right.
Self-serving.
It, Akeisha does have that era of y'all can't do nothing in this group damn right. I move it, get the way I do it.
She just like it just seems like she's like, okay, okay, I watch enough reality TV. Like, I know how I can do this. I know how I can get myself into this. Self-serving.
And she wraps it up like the bow is so pretty. You would really think that, oh, she cares about me. But
If she cared about anyone, she framed Marie and she let Marie show up to that party looking like New Year's. But anyway, uh, and then
Self-serving.
that freaking hat came on my timeline. Like they were trying to sell me the hat. That's so crazy.
you sit there in the group.
Yeah, it was from Timu. So don't go on Timu no more, baby. Don't go on Timu no more. And then so Gucci still feels like Latrice set her up. Um, do we believe that there was any progress made between her and Treese, or can she feel that way and move forward? Is there is
We're talking
there
between who? Soguchi and Latrice or
So
Akeisha?
Gucci and Latrice? Can
Yeah,
So Gucci honestly move forward, still feeling that that girl set her up? I don't know how you move forward
I think
genuinely.
they can I think they can Kenya and Portia coexist.
It's never going to be the same, is it?
It's not gonna be the same, but they can coexist
They can call
because of the check and everything that everything that comes with being on this platform. Though be it slower than Bravo, they still need to act accordingly so they can keep this train moving because what we see happening in Atlanta, we don't want to see happening here. So let's keep the story moving. Let's have our little beefs. But so Gucci, you also need to know that the beefs are gonna happen. Don't run up on people because you're gonna be put on the floor every time.
I think she learned her lesson.
Just stop
Um,
saying it. Like stop saying you feel set up. Like y'all spoke about it. what I'm hearing is I will never trust this hoe again. That's what I be hearing every
Yeah.
time she say.
Just say it.
Yeah.
And let's move on.
And just say it, and let's move on. Now what I will say is this just randomly came to me. I don't necessarily feel like any of the Bells should leave. So I don't have a vote. Normally I have like a whole laundry list of this person should leave and this is why. This person should leave and this is why. But I would like to see some new Bells next season. I'd like to see two new Bells next season. Whether they friends of the Bells or Bells, I just want some new energy. I do. Um, but this group as a collective, they do work really well together. I like the unit, but I think that we can bring in one or two more Bells, in my opinion. I
Like a
don't know.
Cynthia and a Phaedra, or like a Portia and a Kenya.
Please don't
I
bring no
need a
pork.
portion in the Kenya.
Don't bring that
Don't
over
bring
there.
don't don't bring no don't come like no cabbage. I need you to come with some action. Speaking of cabbages, oh Sunday dinner I love. Eating good with Freddie Jean. Do y'all know who Freddie Jean is?
Do
Maybe
not.
cast Freddie G.
I've seen a few
Have,
clips.
cast her.
Let me say
Eating
no
with
without saying Philly
eating
said
good with
no.
Freddie G.
I had one
Okay,
thing to
anyway.
say, Chase. I'm sorry.
Yes. Go ahead.
I about the kids, I really want them to not engage with each other.
The
The
daughter.
the daughters. Because when you say you want a piece of my mama, how do you expect me to feel? And I think everybody needs to calm down for
That's too
JJ.
far.
I just think for the love of your father, for the love of your husband, like your stepdaddy, whatever, everybody needs to like really think about how all this is making him feel. So, and where it's putting him, because he's not a bad guy. So that I just did want to put that out there. He's a goofy guy, but he's not a bad guy. So let's actually, calm it down for the sake of our dad and the relationship that we want to have with him.
Everyone agrees that they love JJ, and so I don't understand why they can't come together. They don't love each other, but love and respect is a decent thing to have. And I think that if they love him, but do they respect him? That's a good question because obviously they don't respect him. If they did, they would have a better relationship with one another. Whether that means that we don't interact at all because we don't like each other out of respect to our father, or we love each other and we're going to move forward and be a family out of respect to him. You get what I'm saying? Either way it goes, you love a person, but do you respect that person? And if I was asked that question today, I would say they don't respect JJ at all because
Not
they
that trying to
don't.
beat up his wife.
And she had the girl that ran off and got married. Ain't told the man nothing. He's
They don't respect him,
they don't respect him.
and they get that from their mama because their
They
mama
get
disrespect their
that from
marriage
their
two
mama.
weeks in it. 2 weeks in the marriage, she disrespected him and got bust down by the old cliff. Whoa. Anyway, speaking of him, he's having dinner and drinks with Latrice. Latrice has been stressed with the new building that she did not get from Sogucci, and that's what she get. But she has signed a national distribution deal to have her edge control placed in stores. Congratulations to you, Latrice.
That's
Cliff, hmm,
that's good. That's good news.
it is good, yes. Cliff is upset that Tree signed a deal without consulting him and doesn't want to hear it when the deal comes to bite her in the A. Treese has been successful without Cliff, but Cliff feels she doesn't listen. He tells her verbatim he's wasting his breath talking to her and wasting his time being with her and gets up and storms off from the table like Nene leaving a reunion set. I was flabbergasted. Um, at the end of the conversation, of course, he storms out and Latrice chases down LaCliff and says that she understands his frustration trying to level with her husband. Cliff says she shouldn't sign anything without his consent because you signed them contracts with baby. He is the contract. Catch that dirt. You signed to me. And don't nobody move on death row unless I say so. You signed Suge Knight, baby. You got
Yeah,
your mind. You better get your mind and find
deal
it.
with Cliff.
Right. Cliff feels Treese will do whatever she wants to get her way, and it doesn't matter how she goes about doing it. Latrice says that she's ready to go, and he says, well, shoot, baby, you can go get the brick. Latrice hops in her G Wagon and cries all the way back to somebody else's house. Um, that scene was triggering. And I have to say this, and I never thought I would say this. I don't think that he needs to give anyone consent to do anything. So let me be very clear. I'm not sure to the extent of the business that they have together, but if they are in business together, it would be prudent to run your business dealings by your business partner. That's one thing. I don't necessarily feel like you have to run your business dealings past your husband. That's the other thing. So are they business partners or are they just husband and wife? And he run her because she has daddy issues and he feel like she can't do that on her own. And so when it happens and it goes down south, he don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't think that she owes him that, and that's my opinion. I am not married. I am not in a relationship, and probably have been single for so long because I am such an independent woman that I would not look at it that way. I'm coming to you about my business dealing because I want to, not because I have to, because I had this before you. And don't you forget it. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I will say this, though. He did say something about Latrice that is spot on. She will do whatever she wants to get her way, and it doesn't matter how she goes about doing it. We've seen that with the way that she treated sogucci or lack thereof. So she will do whatever she has to do to get where she wants to be, regardless to anyone else's feelings. However, in this particular situation, to me, if they are not business partners, his feelings, while they matter because that's her husband, I don't feel like they count. And y'all can educate me on that.
How we gonna educate you? That's your field.
Y'all are in a relationship. I don't know. Would you guys be slighted if your other half, well not your other half, your other whole, yes, other whole, cause y'all whole, baby. Your other whole signed a deal without letting you know, and you have nothing to do with the business.
No.
And I think that's like all partner based, but like as far as them, like you said, they're business partners, a husband and wife. They are daddy and daughter at this point because the way he
Yeah.
sat at that table and spoke to her, it was so like. And then he keeps getting up and leaving her, and she, ugh,
It's
ugh.
gross.
It's like
It's
she gave
gross.
him that. I remember they spoke about it when they were doing the logos or something. She like kind of gave him a position just to make him feel included, is what it sounds like. So that's why she's doing things on her own because you're not really about nothing. This is my stuff. I just put you on here so you can feel like you're a part.
She said
And,
she's self-made. He's self-made.
yeah.
She's
So
self-made.
I mean,
So
if you want to do something, take your ass and find me a building. Go find me a building so we can get back in the damn building if you want to be so involved. He just that gave him like a position of power. So he be I don't know. He just if anybody gonna leave that damn man, it needs to be her. That man is not respectful of her. He just ugh.
It's gross.
it's nasty. It's nasty. But no, if my husband did something that involves his business, then I don't care. I just are the bills paid.
Right. I mean, I'm assuming it's her business, so she would know what she needs to do for her business. So that's like why me as a partner, I'm not gonna question you. That's your stuff. As
Just
long as you got it, it's good.
I'm
If
here
I
if you
don't have
need
to get
me.
involved financially, then I don't care. If I don't have to get involved legally, I don't care. If you pay your taxes, Ray, I don't care. Where I get upset is when I have to start contributing financially.
Stuff that
to my
I ain't had
livelihood.
nothing to do with. This ain't none of my ideas, none of
I
my
don't want to
business.
contribute to none of that.
Yeah.
So sign your little
Well, he's
dish.
done that though, right?
Who?
Hasn't Cliff helped her?
Probably, but that's help is not you being a partner in the business, and you have to make the final decision for your edge control. Like, unless does Cliff use it?
I was just about to say he damn sure he might.
Need to with that Jericho sitting like that.
He might.
I'm just saying, like he's at the end of the day, we can have opinions on it, but he's controlling, and it shows. So whether or not she made that decision by herself for a reason, I think he just doesn't like the fact that Josh runs the business, majority of the business. I think he doesn't like that. And she sees how he's acting when it comes to her making the decision to have Josh run stuff. So she's starting to make more decisions without him, and he's noticing. That's what I'm. That's the conclusion I'm coming to.
You know what, Asia? That's a good point. And I think to add on to that, he is seeing that she is elevating from the show, her business. So now she might not need me because if like you remember that same scene with the bottle, he kind of was very manipulative. He tried to like make her feel bad about doing things around him. He's not even doing that anymore. He's straight out just saying, "You got me fucked up." Like he's not trying to. He's mad. He can't take her being up here without his help. Like I'm gonna
Well,
help
he
you.
needs to go ahead and leave.
Now you're gonna own me, but now she's not needing him for much, so he's just
Mm-hmm.
getting pissed off about it.
Yep.
He needs to leave. I don't know. We got more show, y'all. So, look, good Lord. Letitia does press with the local news station to promote her very booked and busy brunch coming up. She's going to be on a brunch tour near you, and Dirty Plate be damned, she's doing it regardless. Marie pops up on Tisha P, and Letitia says that she wants the bells to shine. Marie makes it very clear, baby, I don't need no shine. It's like, good Lord, Marie one of the people you can't help. Leave about it. She got to do it on her own. Leave her on. You can't say, hey Marie, how's the weather today? I don't know how the weather is for you today. Like, oh my God, like just calm down. Good Lord. Oh my God. She says, Latrice says this is a six-figure event. Marie says, baby, one thing about it, six figures, I'm seven. Oh, anyway, Maria got on my nerves just that quick. Oh, Maria got on my nerves, and I like Monroe, but she was really getting on my nerves. Marie says that they've been arguing about a situation privately, and it is why they cannot move forward with her in business. Because Letitia wants her and Latrice to speak as successful self-made businesswomen on her Brunches Across America tour. I gave you that name. There you have it. Brunch Across America. You can have that. Just invite me. You know, Letitia and Marie Monroe down to the A and I ain't getting to run into them. What's up with that, Carlos? They're my girl. Anyway, Marie demands her apology, and Letitia says that this isn't the time or the place for Marie versus Latrice, and she's just really confused at what the hell Marie is talking about. Marie says that Letitia, once she found out that Latrice lied to her about her involvement in plotting against Marie, she has never publicly apologized to her about it. Marie feels that Letitia always holds her accountable for the things that she does, but does not hold Latrice accountable at all. Letitia lets Marie know that she needs to stop making it about her and ask her what she needs to apologize for. Marie once again repeats it because I could have sworn Marie just told her what she needs to apologize for. But Letitia was so busy thinking that Marie was trying to hijack yet another one of her brunches that she was not going to let her hijack Brunches Across America. There you go again. That's your name of your brunch, baby. I gave it to you.
What do you
Because I like Brunches Across America and just.
It sounds.
It do sound good. It sound almost worldwide.
Almost, not quite.
Not quite Candy's level.
Everybody knows. Almost doesn't count. Okay. So Marie says that Letitia publicly took up for Latrice, and when she found out it was a lie, did nothing about it. They've argued in bathrooms and brunches across America about it, and she still has not gotten an apology. Letitia admits that Latrice did lie to her and told her she didn't know who those people were, despite Latrice being on the phone, setting up the hit out on Marie and knowing indeed who those people were. Kaylin, don't you ever bring your ass back. Kaylin, please don't bring your ass back. I said we need two new bells. Don't bring her back, Carlos. I know you hear me talking to you. Don't bring Kaylin back. We don't want it. I will boycott. Anyway, yeah. So Letitia then tearfully apologizes to Marie, but because Letitia did not realize that still bothered Marie after all of this time. Marie feels that Latrice must have something on Letitia. Boy, that's a conspiracy theorist there. Maya Wilkes, Marie Monroe feels that Latrice must have something on Letitia because she refuses to approach Latrice at all anytime Latrice is in the wrong. Moving on, Letitia feels that she tells Marie that her and Glendale have been moving forward, and Marie feels that Letitia is never going to leave Glenn because she is going to always put her family's needs before her own. They make up and move forward with Marie promising to bring her Monroe flair and no drama to the panel. And what's a brunch across America without some Marie Monroe drama? A boring brunch with dirty plates. So please bring some drama, Marie. With that being said, like and subscribe to this video. We're almost done here. Thank you guys for rocking with us for 10 and 11. There was more action than I actually anticipated, so this is going to run a little longer, but we're almost done. With that being said, in regard to this situation, I have been accused of doing what Marie did in the past too. Saying you're okay, but so lowly and silently building up a case so why you don't F with a B in the same way that you did before, because I will do that. I'll be like, and she did this here on April the 23rd, and then on May 16th, she did this, and then on May 16th at 3 p.m., she did this. And so that's why on May 17th, I ain't effing with the B no more, right? But, you do yourself a disservice and your friendship a disservice when you are not forthcoming, transparent, and honest about what is making you feel a certain type of way. And I do feel that people are allowed to process as long as it takes them to needs in the process. But when you have a friendship like this one, you probably need to get that out in the air because it's never going to be the same. And then I was watching something and somebody said something. Oh, it was a clip about that show and just like that. And the girl told Sarah Jessica Parker, I don't know the character's name. The girl, Seema, told Sarah
Fema.
Jessica Parker, Seema told whatever Carrie, right? That's her character's name. Seema told Carrie that she needed space, and Carrie replied back, "When a friend tells you they need space, the only thing that does is create more space or something like that, right?" And that is exactly what I guess has been happening between these two ladies. I do wish that Marie would have said something sooner to her friend, as opposed to sitting in the corner seething every time they get together. Because I know every time they film a scene, go to brunch, and eat off a dirty plate across America or do anything together, Marie Monroe want to burn something down because she's so angry about it. But this is why she's angry about it, and I do wish that she would have approached Letitia sooner. But Marie, in my opinion, is right. She does not hold Latrice accountable. She does not hold her to the same standards. Latrice has done plenty of things to the Bells, just like how she said that Josh should know what the Bells do to her. Damn, do she know what she do to the Bells? You know, whether it's in retaliation or not. She's just not sitting there taking no ass with them from them Bells. You get what I'm saying? So um, I just wish that Marie able to come sooner, and Letitia probably could have been a little bit more intuitive about her friend because she was very, very vocal about Latrice's lack of involvement. And Latrice admitted at the reunion she knew, and Letitia didn't do anything at the reunion. She hasn't followed it up during the season either. So I guess Maria's right in the long grand scheme of things. You guys?
Marie was right, but like you said, holding on to it, mm, that's kind of on you because we saw her apologize in that same scene. Like, if you wanted an apology publicly, I could have gave you that. Yeah, she lied to me. I didn't know you. I didn't know you cared. Still, like I think she thought hers like figuring out, finding out was enough that she didn't need an apology from her because she technically didn't do anything. More so, like wanting acknowledgement that she lied to you, and you need to like understand where I'm coming from now and acknowledge that part. But
You know,
whatever.
Marie always be saying how she be keeping it real, but she been running around here hugging Latrice and joking with her and all these things while having this whole these feelings. I'm not saying her feelings aren't wrong because I agree. Like, especially what happened, and then I have my friend who's still cool and cordial with this person, and they haven't kind of said, "Hey, what was this about?" But hell, Letitia probably thought, "Okay, well, we got the truth, everything good now." Mind you, Letitia's dealing with her own stuff as well, so if she can't keep like baby and all that stuff that's going on, I just I wish Mary would have said something sooner. I'm glad she's telling Letitia now. Like, I wish you would have had my back more, but maybe Letitia say, "Hell, you started it, Marie. So this is just what it is. You started it, so there ain't too much I can do for you."
You gotta
You
tell people
know,
how you feel. I think that's it. And if you're too scared to tell people how you feel, you don't care enough. It's one or the other.
And I don't see her
or y'all
being,
not friends enough. Y'all not friends enough
yeah,
Or
to
because I
you
tell
don't
them
see
not,
that.
Marie being
yeah.
scared. And it's like, why now that I'm telling you about the brunch, you finna fuck up another one of my brunches? Why am I telling you about now that I'm telling you about the brunch? Now you want to tell me this is how
Well,
you
wait a
feel.
minute. I guess that's different. You know, we already in a filming group situation. You know, I don't really care for her. I'm trying to push past it, trying to make it an environment where every time we see each other, we don't claw each other's eyes out, like cordial. However, you want me to work and do business and break bread with her? Absolutely not. Answer no. And this is why A, you are wrong for not doing A, B, and C, and then she is wrong for doing D, E, and at the end of the day, it's F and U. So
So that was the
maybe the
first
business was the
time.
last straw.
That was the first time Marie told her that she was feeling that way. Had they been talking about it like privately off camera or something? Or was that the first time she actually told her about that?
Well, she
It
said they had been having a disagreement off camera.
So,
seemed like it was a one-sided beef. Like it seemed like Marie was the only person
well,
in this in this quarrel.
Well, I'm asking because if that was their off-camera beef, like if she had already made that clear about that, then why are you picking her out of all the Bells to come sit on this panel with me? That would make me that's probably why Marie bought it on camera because now what you doing, girl? What you doing?
Because those are the two. Though I really feel like Letitia is closest to those two. Those are her bells. You know what I
Those
mean? Them
are
her
him.
dogs. Them
But
her
That's
dogs. So
it,
if
well then she gonna
so,
have to
Gucci can't sell a house. So that's out. She can't sell a house or a warehouse or a building. That's been established. That's not alleged. She could not. Aisha got a house from somebody else, and what her girl name is? Latrice got a warehouse from someone else and is currently regretting it. Who else is on the show?
Tamara's a good radio host. You could have called. I mean, you could have. I don't know. Maybe they aren't
So
friends enough.
Gucci, so Gucci, that's out Tambra, and she don't like Aisha. So
like Keisha don't like her.
do Tambra be on the radio? They say she be lying so much.
Where's
The
Greedy?
midday diva, the midday diva.
I
All
don't
right.
know. I like you said, they not friends enough, or I don't know, or maybe she was like, hey, I'm gonna hit you with some heat on camera, so just be ready. I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna chalk it up to this. I'm gonna kind of take back what I said about her sitting on it. Only reason why I'm gonna take back what I said about her sitting on it is because I believe she said this is why we can't do business together. We and you've been arguing about this offline, and now you want me to do business with her, and that's why we'll never be able to do business because you can't. You're not accountable for your actions, and you won't speak up and admit that you were wrong, and you don't hold her accountable, but you want me to work with her. So in that case, she has voiced her frustration. Maybe she kept it off of camera because they are genuinely friends, and she don't want to have a disagreement with her friend on camera. But since you bringing it to the camera, you're not. I'm going to bring it to the camera. The no off camera is the no on camera, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay
But
with that.
I just feel like she should be more consistent with that. Because remember, outside of that little party for So Gucci, they was out there drinking and partying. That's why Letitia was like, "What the hell is going on?" So she probably thought maybe we in a better space. So you have to be consistent with how you feel.
The only
Yep.
reason why
Not your ass
I
out.
agree. I agree with that, but the only reason why I'm going to say it may not apply in this situation is because she said that's why we can't do business together. She said that's why we can't move forward. So obviously they had come to terms to move forward and be cordial in the setting. And one thing about Carlos, I don't know if you guys remember, when it came to Love and Marriage Huntsville, they had got to a point where they could not work together at all. And he had to fly there. And then the next season, they were doing business together. So I think that it's pretty much well embedded in that show and his DNA and fabric of his shows that y'all have to work together or it's not going to work. So I think that they work together. Like it's always just been very polite and fun banter. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as Latrice turned her back, Marie run her down on camera like she did at the Ferris Street Holidays party. You get what I'm saying? So it ain't like she just ain't been being Marie Monroe. You know, I think she's just doing it for the sake of the group per se, if that makes sense. But doing business with somebody I don't like, that's completely different. I don't like doing business with people I don't like. So I get it.
I don't like doing business with people I do like.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like doing business with nobody. No. All right. So we're wrapping up here. Latrice meets up with her mom, and she's taking a break from her husband and her business. Latrice says no relationship is perfect, but Cliff is insecure in regards to losing Latrice. Cliff is lashing out because he feels that Latrice is growing and may leave, but she just wants to be seen honestly as his equal. Treese feels she messed up by calling him Zaddy and
Yep.
bringing her trauma into the relationship, and she's older and she no longer wants to the same thing she wanted at the precipice of at the beginning of the relationship. Excuse me, and she won't be taking mess from anyone moving forward, and she's no longer calling him Zaddy. Excuse me. Latrice's mom completely agrees, and she said that she knows that they love each other, but Trice is going to go ahead and stay at the home for another week, although she is her resident. Is Latrice having an awakening, you guys? What's the tea?
Yes.
Good for her.
You know what? She's having
Uh
an
oh.
awakening, yes. But did you really just sit here on this TV and tell us that you married into a trauma bond? And now it's just everything's falling apart and you're crumbling inside, but you were in a trauma you married into a trauma bond. What did you expect? Or is she self-made? Did she marry because he can help her out with her business and stuff, and now that she getting there she want to get the hell on? Like what the hell is happening?
that what you just said, but
Because she said, I don't want a daddy no more. Now I want a husband. So
now you're gonna have to go find him because you got a daddy, ma'am. You
Maybe
have a
because he is not him, and you're not gonna be able to change him.
it
yeah.
sounded like she was saying, I want out. I want a new man. That's what it's.
That's what
That's what I
that's
heard.
what you come on these shows to do. Get out your marriage.
That's what you
Monique
do,
did it.
Yeah.
She went
Drew
on two to
did
get out
it.
of that thing. She went on
Yeah,
two.
you come on these shows. Melody did it. Everybody get on these shows, get out their toxic marriage, get their money. Then they get famous so then they can get the person that they actually want.
You know,
Which
that's
is
that.
probably on
That's
Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. She just had a baby with Lonzo Ball. Like,
I
yay,
seen.
Who?
Nikki.
Nikki, Miss Nikki, baby.
Nikki.
You get
Miss
on these
Nikki,
shows
baby.
to elevate your
Wait,
status.
wait, 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 wait. No tea, no shade. Ain't Miss Nikki knocking on 50?
No.
She's like probably late 30s, I believe.
Yeah.
Get out of town.
But you know, it seems like Latrice and Cliff was like I don't want to say sugar daddy thing, but like
It was.
you married the sugar daddy and now you tired of having to put because that's why she ain't giving that
She don't
man no
want to put
baby.
out no more sugar.
She not giving that man no baby because she don't plan on being there.
Well,
Latrice can't
somebody
get the hell
pregnant
out.
next week.
Child, that ain't hers.
That
One
is
of the
not her.
twins that went and got pregnant, or JJ finna have another grandbaby or something. That ain't Latrice. And if it is,
Another
she
grandbaby that
finna shoot it
Gucci
on
can't look
down. She
at.
done already said she don't want no baby with this man.
Women, we as women are not as dumb as we used to be. We can have babies when we want to. We ain't got to just lay down for no reason. Like, we don't have to get married
Period.
and immediately give a man a baby. We're allowed to wait and figure it out. And I think the good thing about her waiting is she figured out she don't want no Ashley Darby baby with this old man.
I think she been knew that. She now can say it because
You think she been new? I feel like
She
at
knew it
one,
from day one.
she
I
been knew
feel
it.
like she wanted a baby. I feel
No,
like
I'm not saying she wants a baby. She don't
she
want it
don't want it
with
with him.
Cliff. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
Very Miss
been knew.
Quad.
She,
very, very Miss Quad.
It's true, Sammy. It's
Quad got
true.
on there to get out of her marriage,
No, Quad got married to get on there,
and
and then
then
she got
and
off
got
of that.
unmarried to get
Yes,
out of her
yeah.
marriage.
No,
But then
I ain't
Greg
changed about
pulled a
that one.
double on her and got married to get back on the show. Come on now.
they bought that great
Ooh.
value toy over there. They,
Don't she look just like her? It
If
really
I
and
had to
low
deal,
value.
no, I had to deal with Great Value Mariah for 2 seasons. Y'all gonna have to put up with Great Value Toya. I don't give a damn.
who
Next.
was Great Value Mariah?
You talking about Anila?
That is not. Don't do Mariah like that, because
No, no, she is
that
Great
ain't
Value
even
Mariah.
Great Value all the version of nothing. Come
Listen,
on,
she is no.
maybe
The
a Great
reason why I
Value
say that
Peter, but that was
they
not Great
say
Value Mariah.
no. Listen, Mariah complained at that reunion. They won't let me show. The only thing they show is me talking about you, Quad. I filmed so much other stuff and they never air it. We tried. You think during Ramadan we want them to show us talk about you for them 10 seconds we talked about you? They won't let me show none of my Black Kardashian culture. Da da da. The next season they got rid of her and cast an actual Indian woman.
A whole
Girl,
and bought the
get
whole
out of here.
family, the mama, to everybody.
And Gita too.
Gave us 2 years and got her out of there, so we got that
She
done.
wasn't supposed to be. I was not. I
Take
was
that
on
off
her
the
head,
lawsuit, ma'am.
baby. I was on her
That won't
head,
number
baby.
HR.
Baby,
Anila
I
is
was
blessed to have
on
as
her.
many seasons as she did have.
We talking about her too much on this show. We talking about her more than we talked about her on her own show. Anyway, lastly, so Gucci and JJ are hosting their give back to the community. Latrice and Letitia arrived, and then Tambra Sharif was up, and I damn near forgot she was on the show because I ain't seen her in at least 3 weeks. What's she been at? What Tambra Sharif been at?
At this
And then
podcast.
Tambra Sharif got up. Tambra Sharif got up in that confessional, looking like she was off a bottle of coffee and what you call that thing?
Kahlua, Bailey's.
Energy drink, and she. You know what's the perfect word for her?
Goofy.
Wired. She be wired. She do. But I missed her. I forgot how much I missed Tambra Cherie. Were y'all happy to see Tambra Cherie back?
Indifferent.
Uh,
Yeah, it didn't matter to me. When she came, I was like, oh, hey.
I was like, oh my God, Tambra. Oh my
And
God.
she's like, I got to get out of here. And I was like, yay.
Uh,
I did.
she wasn't lying about that. She got the hell on, didn't her? Tambra ain't really been fucking with them. Oh, Tambra ain't really been kicking it with them since they
I'll
told
be,
since they.
I'll be getting the blame.
Well, it's me today. Tampa really ain't been kicking it with them since they wouldn't have met with that man. I think that really turned her off to
Oh,
the
you know
show.
what?
Like
Okay. That would do me too.
Yeah.
Tampa do me in. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, you know what, y'all can have it. I'm just here so I won't get fired.
That's
Um, she only has 30 minutes, but she stopped by to help. Sky and Sanjay are at the event, and JJ says they'll all be like Santa's little elves. God darn it, and get along. God darn it. The news station comes to cover the event, and I thought it was really cute to see Latrice support Sogucci in that moment, regardless of whether or not it was only because she wanted camera time or not. I just thought it was cute. Um, Akeisha and Willie pop up to help, and it gives Letitia the perfect opportunity to meet with Latrice. Letitia tells Latrice that she's concerned for her as her husband treats her like a little girl, and she is the topic amongst the bells. Latrice says she doesn't give a F, and when she goes home, she is not concerned about the bells. Letitia says, "Well, dog, I hope if it was me in your situation that you would be concerned about me, and if she was enduring that type of treatment, she would want the same kind of concern." Latrice then poses to Letitia then poses to Latrice that if Cliff is comfortable exhibiting this type of behavior on camera in front of the Bells, then what the hell is going on behind closed doors? And she finally asked the question that everybody has wanted to say to Latrice's face. And a couple of episodes back, I said, Letitia, I was not going to let you slide with, not finally confronting her. I'm glad that she confronted her. I'm glad that she just went out and said it because it needed to be said. Um, if he is treating you like this in front of the collective and he's comfortable snatching you up in front of cameras and he's comfortable sitting there watching you film your scene so you don't say anything wrong, or sitting there saying that he's wasting time talking to you and wasting time being with you, wasting breath talking to you and wasting time being with you, just the overall verbal abuse that he puts you through. And, at this point, I don't want to allege physical abuse. I can say it is physical because he grabbed her forcefully. He did do that. And she had to ask him to stop on camera. So if you're willing to do that on camera, what the hell is going behind those closed scenes? Hopefully it is not Latrice's baby because that I would not want to bring a baby in that environment at all. I wouldn't even want to bring myself into that environment. Y'all, what the hell is going on behind closed doors? Number one and number two, is so Gucci fake or is she real? Because listen, she gave that side hood, but she was definitely willing to get on the camera and make sure that everybody know that her and Latrice are down there giving out those codes. So is she fake or is she a professional? What's the tea?
Professional in that scene.
yeah. When
Professional.
it comes to those like the community give backs and stuff like that, and it's mine. We finna play nice with everybody because we here for a bigger situation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
The
I
last scene,
I hope that Soguchi stayed away from them twins there because them them intrusive thoughts them girls get to thinking we finna get you and they snatch
I
her
thought they were
up
gonna
out
get
there.
her. I did.
Yeah. So yeah.
I would think that they would not do that in front of their father,
They don't
but
care.
because what he's gonna take the side of his wife.
Hey, that's probably the only reason Latrice was there. Selena said, I can't come, but my girl's coming. So going on down there and play auntie, make sure if they
Make
get
sure
her,
they
they
all
get her
right.
right. Yeah.
Kick her what you down for me. Is anything going on behind those closed doors, y'all? Or y'all feel like this is just all for show in the storyline?
It looks like it's a little dangerous in that house. That's why she's not there.
You know what?
Coming from experience, I'm just saying it looks like she's smart enough to take the steps to get out of it. She's slowly but surely taking the steps to get out of it. That's usually the safest way to get out of stuff like that. But that's all alleged, and that's all from personal experience, seeing other people going through certain situations. Stuff is like patterns. And my sister is a police officer who deals with domestic violence, and those are the kind of calls that she makes all the time,
Mm-hmm.
all the time. So everything that I see in this is similar to that, and it just slowly builds up from the man, especially when he's losing control. But all of that is alleged, and those are just supposed patterns that I've seen or heard of before.
I'm probably not gonna come back on this Bell Collective this because I can't keep on saying like Chase is right. We talked about this when that M bar scene happened, and we all kind of said it looked weird, but I remember saying it. Well, it probably was, probably wasn't that bad or something of the sort. I don't remember, but thinking about it, none of the Bells were there. That was her scene with Joshie and her homegirl. And then Cliff came in Bogart production, and he's sitting over here watching, and just inviting himself to the scene. And didn't Marie make mention of it in one of her confessionals? Like, you talk about everything else, talk about what happened down there in the M Bar. How does Marie know that? So it's given. Did Josh tell, or is production like, say it's some shit going on? We need y'all to go ahead on that and say that, girl, because we can't do something.
Marie texted and she said, Sammy, that you better be lucky that's all they showed because it was worse. Because
That's my
everybody
question.
knows.
Like, are they seeing other things? Because for me, Cliff has talked to her bad, but I haven't seen him do anything in front of them that would make them be like, oh. So it's like, are they seeing something and they're not showing it, or is production or somebody or people telling like, hey, Latrice needs
I know
help?
y'all. I know you think I'm saving Josh all the time, but I'm not going to say this. I'm going to say this. It don't even have to be that Josh is the one who told the girls. That was in a public place, and I'm sure Jackson isn't, but so big. They probably knew people there. At this point, everybody know they filmed the Bells there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So somebody told something. You get what I'm saying? Whether it was Joshie or not, I'm sure plenty of versions of what happened that night have gotten out amongst that city. You know what I
But
mean?
It was choppy. Remember that scene was very choppy.
I was just gonna say that, AJ, and the fact that production made sure to include that and made sure to show Clip on the sidelines, like it was like they weren't feeling it. I don't know, something, or maybe I
They
don't
blew
know.
the whistle on his ass. That's
Yeah,
what they were
somehow,
doing.
because when them girls start talking about it now, the way Letitia was like, it's a topic of conversation. It's like, what are we not seeing? What's not being said that made that everybody's really just worried like that?
Even when he got pulled away at the Christmas, New Year's Eve, whatever party, the Fair Street, Christmas.
The holidays, he was acting crazy.
Noticed she had to pull him away, and Marie said something then too, like before he gets to talking right, because what was Tisha came in joking like, oh, I don't know about this, but she to me clearly was joking, like that was clear. He started popping off, and it felt like, okay, no, that's how you talk to your wife. You don't talk to me like this, and he had to get pulled away, and then she was like, oh, he love you, all right, girl.
Do I? I don't know that.
And I really like the way Letitia approached it, because you can tell Latrice she's receiving it now versus like they're having a conversation, and when it was with Josh, it was more so confrontational. So I don't want to hear that shit. But now she's like, damn, it's either it's out, I can't save it no more, or like I need to really, I don't know. But I'm glad the way that she was looking, it was just like, damn. So it is something going on.
She was ready to fight at the beginning of that scene. I don't know if you noticed. She was ready to fight at the beginning of that sit down.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what y'all got to say. When I go home, I don't think about y'all. And Tisha was like, nah, we supposed to talk about this. And now she looked like she ready to
you trying to run.
Yeah.
That's her way of running. She said she's going to fight. But I love how Letitia put it to her. Well, if I was your friend and this was happening, would you care about me or would you go home? And that's when Latrice was like, you know what?
You busted
what it is.
She's gonna look back and be happy that Josh was messy. That's all I got to say.
If he's the one that told about Embark, then yeah.
She's gonna look back and
Cliff
be
might
happy.
catch him.
I'd be worried for Josh. I was worried for Josh in the house, the way Cliff was talking to him.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, the way he was talking to Cliff, it didn't seem like he was worried at all.
Well,
I think he was trying to, make his mark, but he showing up, get out of there.
He got the hell up on. He got the hell on. He didn't stay long, did he?
He did not stay long.
We didn't even get a move out scene with them. He was just out. It was like he ain't hit no more. Oh, okay.
It's a lot of stuff that production is not showing. It shows because it is choppy.
But listen. With that being said, this is a super size. I think this is probably the longest lean ever. Our boss was gonna kick my butt, but it's okay. We had good dialogue, and it was a great show. And you guys come back and watch 10 and 11 over and over again and get these views up and get these comments going. There's a lot of talking points on this show, and we had to get it out. And I got two of the best talkers who've ever done it on a panel with me today. With that being said, I want to thank Asia and Sammy for joining us. We're going to be here on Monday, so thank you for spending the great deal of your Monday with us. We appreciate that. And the next one that we'll do, there's going to be a guest. Wow. They don't even know who the guest is. They just found out we're going to have a guest. Unless the guest got loose lips like Josh and untold somebody. But anyway, with that being said, like and subscribe. Tune in to us later on this evening for the Real Housewives of Atlanta and throughout the rest of the week for New York and the Lunch and Lean. With that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and it's time for us to lean out. Do I say to be? You say to be what, right? Lean out, bitch. Right. So we're gonna lean out.